With 6 games on the schedule for Week 8, here's a look at what the league's head coaches have to say heading into this weekend.
I'm excited as heck about this week because we get another opportunity to play a great football team, a team that won our side, last year, a team that's playing really, really good. Shoot, a team that obviously knows how to get the ball back, force you to punt it.
They're very physical and aggressive on defense. A few plays from possibly being 6-0, and I think Coach McElwain and that staff, they've been together. This is year 3. This is their year, and they're playing at a very, very high level, and it will be a major league fight. This will be a heavyweight fight. It'll go 12 rounds. It'll go all the way to the end, and it'll be a slugfest. They'll get their plays in, and I'm sure we'll get our plays in, and it'll be a battle. It was a battle last year.
Well, I think they did buy in, and they played awfully hard. And I told them after practice, there's no reason why we can't stay there. We just have to take one game at a time, and this is an awfully tough contest coming up. They play that unique brand of defense, but it's just one game at a time, and then we'll figure it out later. We're not looking for the conference championship right now. We're looking for the next game.
They're the most physical and very talented defensive team that we've played all year. Their front seven is big and strong, and they're very aggressive. They play the run extremely well. They rush the passer pretty well. They've got some guys in the secondary that are good athletes, but they play good pass defense mostly because of the pass rush up front. The front seven's as good as anybody we've played against. I compare them to Oregon State.
I think they're works in progress just like we are in many ways in our game, meaning we're trying to fine-tune some areas. We're trying to find our identity of who we are, and I understand that. But I know this, they play hard and they're tough, and those things are all good, and when you're going in that direction, good things usually come.
They're playing gap sound, which is always important. I think they're putting good pressure on the quarterback. And they've got some good coverage people, and so that combination, is going to be important for us to keep them off balance. I think it's going to be important for us to establish the line of scrimmage and get a good running game going, which is going to open up our passing game. But San Jose's done much better on defense. Their defensive front, I believe, is significantly improved, and the linebackers are playing better also.
It goes back to when I played. We lost, and I was on the field playing when Sweeney won his 200th game. I remember all the balloons and the hoopla and getting pushed around and shoved out of there for everybody to celebrate his win. So if you want to take it clear back to that, Fresno, Boise State, you just go back to all the different games. It's a team that we've competed against. We compete against them in a lot of other areas in recruiting. We see them all the time. I've always, as a coach, respected the guys that are on the staff there.
We're into Boise week. It's always a big week around here. Obviously, being a conference opponent, one that was picked to win their side of the conference, having to go up there to a place where Fresno State football team has not won since 1984. We know it's going to be a difficult chore against a very well coached, very talented team.
We got a heck of a test this week. I think you look play a squad that's they're undefeated on the road. They're 2-0 on the road this season. They run the ball exceptionally well. You look the last 2 years, they've rushed for 409 yards and 451 yards.
It's interesting. We've created now 11 turnovers, I think it is, for the season. We had 10 all last year. Now, the unbelievable side of that, though, is last year at this time, after 6 games, we had 10 turnovers. And then we didn't get one the whole second half of the season. So the key is we're ahead of pace right now, more than we had all last season, but it's kind of where we were last year at this time, 11-10. This is going to be a challenge. Obviously, going up, playing up at their place.
While they're not exactly as explosive as they were at the beginning of the year, there is a matchup concern here for us. So we've got to do a great job of not being swallowed up by these offensive linemen. We can't get down. If we get down in the middle of a block, Ian Sal might disappear. You may not see him. So we've got to be on edges. We've got to be in gaps. We've got to be running around.
The Week 8 slate opens up Friday night as preseason divisional favorites Boise State and Fresno State battle it out on the blue. ESPN will have your coverage at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Stormy Buonantony.